YouTube, welcome back to my channel. This is Canadian Retro. I've got another pickups video for you here. Some really cool items actually that I wasn't really expecting to find. A couple of them I found today, and I've had a few of these things for a few days now just because there hasn't been a whole lot in the shops lately. So I'll get down to it though. To begin with, first thing I wanted to show you here actually came from Greg from Gamer Geek Nation, and I just got this today in the mail actually, but I'll show it first. And what it is he had put up a video basically saying like whoever comments here kind of thing will be put into a draw to get this bracelet kind of thing, and I was one of the people that actually managed to score one of them. So pretty awesome right there. It just says you can see there it says Gamer Geek Nation on it, so I'm gonna wear that with pride. That's pretty awesome right there. Thanks again, man, for sending that to me, because I know shipping to Canada for something this light costs probably more than the hassle kind of thing that it's worth. So thanks again for making sure that gets to me, and I'm gonna put links down below to that channel, but you guys are probably well aware of that. Over on that channel they just get like epic hauls of things. They just go out and they're constantly searching. They're putting together a store basically, and at least I know Greg is putting together a store. I'm not sure about who all is involved in that, but I know for sure he is. And they're always getting like massive hauls of tons and tons and tons of games and things like that, and it's just mind-boggling to watch some of their videos and see the kind of things that they're getting in on a consistent basis kind of thing. So like I said, if you haven't checked out that channel, you definitely need to. If you're not aware of it, I'll put links down below. Something I wanted to show as well that I got today actually, but it's not really game related, but it's just such a strange price point on it. It just boggles my mind. This is what I found today in Talese. So this is the Pro Builder Mega Block set. So what I did was I saw this sitting in the store, and I was like, you know what, I'm trying to fill that Lego bin for my son or whatever, and when he gets older so he can play with it. And I saw this sitting there and I was like, hey, for $7 I'm definitely gonna buy that. So tons of pieces, even with Mega Blocks. Mega Blocks and Lego are interchangeable. At least the style Mega Blocks are, so they're interchangeable with Lego. So I just figured, you know, what's the difference as far as that goes? And I know like some Lego purists or whatever are going to complain about that, but as far as I'm concerned, as long as they're like the quality pieces, which the Pro Builder sets are, they're fine to go in there. For this I paid, I don't know if it shows up there, but $7 plus tax obviously for this. And the interesting thing about this is when I actually bought it, I had no idea what this thing was valued at. There's two auctions right now basically on eBay that I can find for this, and one of them it's open, and this is actually sealed, this one here. The one that's open is going for, buy it now, I think it was like $175 or something like that. And it's open and it's like built and stuff like that. It comes with a box and everything, but it's already been opened. The one that's sealed is like upwards of $350 or $300 for this exact same thing. So I don't know if that's accurate or what the deal is with that, because I mean, it's a Mega Block set. I think this thing's from 2004. The number on it is, I don't know if it's on the front here. Yeah, there it is right there. So it's 9795. So if you're a Mega Blocks person, can you tell me if that's even close to being accurate? Because to me that's just mind-boggling that it'd be a Mega Block set worth $300. I just don't really see that happening. So either the Kijiji things are way off, or not Kijiji, rather the eBay things are way off, or something's going on with that. So let me know nonetheless what you know about this, if you know any more than I do, because I tried to look it up and I couldn't find a whole ton of information about it. But this set is like really super cool. It's like an aircraft carrier kind of thing, so really cool. That's obviously not going to be opened up and put into my son's bin of the Lego or whatever. I'm probably going to end up reselling that to fund my collection because it's so valuable. I didn't even realize it at the time I picked it up. Kind of interesting. Moving on from there, at the same time I also picked this up, Lego Marvel Superheroes, which I already own already, but you know, it's Talese price, so Talese these days is $5 per game. So not too bad. It's not in the world's greatest shape, and it's missing a manual. The case is fine, of course. These 360 cases are so flimsy, it's unbelievable. The disc's a little bit scratched up, but I could probably buff some of that out, so that's not really a big problem there. Yeah, so $5 for that. Pretty cool, and I love these Lego games. They're tons of fun. When you want to kick back and not have to worry about it too much and not get sort of, you know, like really in depth and stuff like that and frustrated or whatever, this is the kind of game you want to be playing because it's tons of fun and you can just kick back and enjoy that. I got a few other things actually in the mail, which is kind of cool. Just stuff I ordered from eBay because I got the Retron 5. I want to be able to keep it on my shelf kind of thing, and I don't want to have to put it on the floor in order to play it. And some of the cords for these retro consoles are a little bit short, so I decided to pick up 2 of these here, which are for Sega Genesis. They're a couple bucks each. I can't remember the exact price off the top of my head, but pretty cheap, like $3 each or something like that. So that's pretty cool right there. I can hook those up and plug my controllers into them and be able to sit back on the couch and not have to worry about pulling the machine onto the floor or something like that, which would be brutal. And then likewise, I also picked up 2 Super Nintendo ones as well. You know, this is just the stuff coming from China, but pretty handy kind of things to get, and definitely if you want your system to not smash on the floor, that's probably a good idea. So pretty cool right there, something that I was looking into getting, and now I actually got them. I did test them out and they do work, so that's really great. Moving on from there, I was having sort of a slow week, but I was actually going down to get some things to spruce up the retro dungeon here and kind of fix things up a little bit. Had a catastrophe actually over, not in my workstation, but the similar one to my wife's side. The shelf actually came off the wall. I don't know why. It was anchored in really well, but for some reason it pulled right out of the wall. So I had to go down to the, you know, like local hardware store kind of thing to pick up things to fix that and everything. And while I was down there, I was right next to the Mississauga flea market, so I decided I would go in there. And you know, there's a few things I've gotten there from the past, but I don't really make regular visits there just because most of the stuff that they have displayed, the good stuff is at least market value or over, and I don't really want to pay market values for things, obviously, because I'm a thrifting kind of guy. And you know, stuff that is there that you might be interested in sometimes is a little bit beat up. It's really like their store's overflow kind of stuff that's there. Now, there's always some diamonds in the rough kind of thing, and I found somewhat of a hidden gem, I guess you would call it. It's a space shooter for the Super Nintendo, which isn't a super common genre on the Super Nintendo, I don't think. But this is it right here, and it's in pretty rough shape. It's Phalanx, and that's the one with the banjo playing old geezer on the front of it, which has nothing to do with the game at all. This is actually a spaceship shooter, which is actually a pretty decent one from what I've heard in the reviews and things that I've checked out on this game. So I was pretty happy to pick it up. You can see on there it says $12.99. He said that's the store prices from their store, which I'm surprised that they would sell a game that's like this dirty and stuff. Like, there's obviously old sticker residue. Like, I'll be able to get all that off and everything. That's not going to be a problem. But it's just kind of interesting they'd be selling that in like a retail sort of setting kind of thing. But again, you know, it ended up at the flea market, so obviously it wasn't selling on their store shelves for the $13 that they wanted. What I did was, when I saw it there, I got him to pull it out of the stack basically, and I saw the price tag on it, and I said, oh, don't worry about it kind of thing. What I would offer for that's not even close to the price that you're looking for. And he said, well, that's just the store price, don't worry about it. What's it worth to you? And I said, well, you know what, like the condition it's in and everything, I'd probably pay about $5 for it. And they said, he checked with the guy I was talking to is the father, I guess, and the son is the one that owns the store. And he sort of turned to the son and said, hey, $5 for that? And the son's like, yep, go ahead. So got this one for $5. Awesome deal. So I've gone down there and got a few pretty good deals from them for different things. So that's pretty awesome right there. And I'll probably keep going back there, obviously, to do that. So if you're in the area and you do hit up the Mississauga Flea Market, which really is pretty close to the highway kind of thing. It's not too far. It's like maybe 5-6 minutes from the 403 exit. If you go down to the Mississauga Flea Market, though, you might be able to find little deals like that you can work out with them. So if you're in the area, you know, go check it out on Saturday or Sunday. Then moving on, the best find I think of the entire week, or whatever you like to call it, the last few days at least. This was on Sunday. I went in and just happened to be there first thing in the morning because my son's swimming lessons ended or whatever, so I headed down to the Goodwill, which is not too far away, and really happy that I did. Now they actually switched over their tags that day to yellow tags because now they're doing like weekly color sales, which totally sucks, but that's the way that they're doing it. And that was just like a turnover time, so like Sunday morning's the start of the week, so that's when they're turning over to the yellow tags this week. But this item's not a yellow tag, but I fortunately got my hands on it because I've never actually seen one of these out in the wild. I have seen them at the shows and things like that, or the swaps and things like that, and I know some people have them in their collection. Now finding games for this system is going to be a pain, but this is the new system I'm adding into my collection. It's a Sega Saturn. You can see the price tag on there was 20 bucks, and that's what I paid for it, so that's what that is. It's in pretty decent shape. It's a little scuffed up, but on the inside it looks pretty clean for the most part. I mean, I'll have to obviously wipe down the inside of it, but the laser looks pretty good. It doesn't look any scratched up or anything like that, so kind of sweet deal right there. Never played the Saturn actually, I don't think, in my lifetime, so this is going to be an interesting system. Hopefully I can find a few games for it. It also came with the power cord, which isn't a big deal if it does or not, because honestly it's just like one of those standard kind of stereo power cords. But it also came with 2 controllers, which they decided to completely wrap in a whole bunch of tape, so that's going to be quite the chore of getting off of there. And there's the second controller too, so 20 bucks for the system and 2 controllers. I thought it's a pretty stellar deal for sure. Unfortunately no AV cable, but I did order one off of eBay immediately when I got home, so I'll be pretty good to go for that, and pretty happy to be able to find it. I went back there today, which is Monday actually. I went back there today to see if there were any games or anything like that that might have come out, and there was nothing there, so if something did come out as far as game wise, it must have got snatched up immediately. But still happy to get the system, and hopefully I can come across a few games in the wild. I've never seen one in a thrift shop. In like my 2 years of hitting up these thrift shops, I've never seen a single Saturn game, so that might be a tall order. This system might sit for a while without me being able to play any games on it, but we'll see how that goes. That's everything that I got in the last couple days here. Thanks again for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Feel free to thumbs up this video, comment down below, and I'll see you all later.